Hi, so this morning was my big surgery. I got up at 5:30 and I have a lot of medication on board, so sorry if I'm a little drowsy and highly medicated. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and to tell you how I'm doing and just some recommendations I have and everything. Last night I had a terrible night's sleep. I had a lot of anxiety and just thinking about the surgery and trying to calm my body down, and I was up and down, and poor James, he was up and down with me, and so we battled it together. And then even going into the surgery this morning, I was just a little anxious. And then there was a mix up about what actually was happening during the surgery. A resident, because it's OHSU, a teaching hospital, had come through with the neurology department, and he had said that they were going to shave some of the bone to put some of the lead in on my spinal cord, and we were really surprised by that. And one thing I have learned about being a patient is that you really have to advocate for yourself, and you really have to clarify things first, and don't be afraid to say, hey, I want to see my surgeon. I want to talk about this before, because it's your body and you need to know what's going on and what's happening. And I am really blessed in that my husband is in the medical field, but he has really had me go out there and start asking the tough questions, because I need to know and I need to be able to talk up for myself. And that's one thing that I have learned out of this whole process. And so we found out that no, they weren't going to shave off any part of my bone, and that was such a relief, because here when the resident told me that, I started tearing up because I was like, what the hell? And so but once I found out, it was like, okay, all right, I can do this. And so I just really just make sure you know what's going to go on, clarify things, write things down. My husband always brings a notebook with us wherever we go, and he writes things down. And have someone with you to do that, because you are going to be highly medicated during this whole thing. Another thing is I went under general anesthesia. So for me personally, I have a hard time dealing with that. And I talked to the doctor about that. They came in and we talked about what medication they were going to use to put me under and stuff. And I just said, hey, when I come out from after a surgery, I tend to really cry and call for my husband. Can you pass along that information to everybody? Because I really like it if he could be in the room with me. And she was really cool, and she was like, yes, Casey, we can totally help you out in that way. And so and I did. I came out and I started bawling like a baby, and I was in terrible pain. So that was the other thing I wanted to mention, is do not leave the hospital until your pain is under control, because they have the heavy hitters. They have the drugs that you need, and you don't want to leave that place until you know that you can control your pain after you leave. So just keep that in mind, all those things going into it, and have a plan. So that's it for today. I'm going to get some rest. I hope you have a good day. Thanks.